What's going on, my PT peeps? I'm a Walking Dead family. Welcome to the PT channel. I'm One Eye Bright. You don't know if I'm winking or I'm blinking, but I'm definitely thinking about The Walking Dead. And we have some news and this picture right here from Entertainment Weekly, along with an article from Entertainment Weekly where they quote Angela Kang talking about the back half of Season 9 and the Whispers. So obviously, spoiler warning for Season 9. First half, second half, comic stuff, Negan, spoiler warning about The Walking Dead as a whole. If you're worried about spoilers, stop watching now. But first and foremost, please show us some love by hitting that subscribe button to the PT channel and become a valued member of our Walking Dead family. I really hope you do. Photo credit and info credit to these fine folks right here. Just giving credit where credit is due, especially Entertainment Weekly for their article and the picture. Now, it's going to be a direct pickup, says showrunner Angela Kang, about how things start in the mid-season premiere. We're going to find out what happens to that group that was in the cemetery as they try to make their harrowing journey back home to bury Jesus. And during that journey of Season 9B, the characters, along with viewers, will have to piece together the mystery of this latest threat. We'll get to know more about this group, teases Kang of the Whispers, and their brutal survival of the fittest philosophy and how that really plays out in horrifying ways. So I believe they're burying Jesus here. This is a shot from the Season 9B trailer, the back half of Season 9, and they're burying one body in this picture. And some people have commented about all the other graves here, and I believe those graves are from All Out War, and some maybe even over the time jump. I would assume Gregory's buried there too. But if you remember back in Season 8, you see Jerry and Cal, and Jerry is digging some graves, burying some people. I guess there were some Kingdomers, some Hilltoppers, maybe some Alexandrians. Probably Tobin was buried there. Remember, they lost a lot of people when the Saviors attacked Hilltop, and they had the tainted weapons. They killed people with the tainted weapons, and then they turned, and then they bit a bunch of people, like the Doctor, Tobin, etc. And I believe Alden buried a lot of the Saviors, or the former Saviors that died at Hilltop outside of the gates, but some of them might have been buried in Hilltop as well. But I think potentially some of these graves could have been over the time jump, the 6-year time jump, when Michonne and Hilltop had some problems there. Maybe, maybe not. It's just a hypothesis. It could be, but there looks like enough graves from All Out War after the tainted weapons, but it could be. I still want to know what happens with Michonne, Hilltop, Oceanside for sure, and we just don't know. We just know that the back half of Season 9, episode 909, will pick up right where 908 left off. We'll probably have to wait several episodes. I think around episode 13 or 14 potentially is what I'm hearing some whispers of. Well, no pun intended there, but some people are talking that we could see the flashback episode where we could see Jesus again and where Daryl and Michonne got the X scars, but we just don't know yet. And if you look at the first look image here from Entertainment Weekly, you can see Magna and the rest of the group from the graveyard. You can see the great picture here that was done by The Walking Dead, the Fox affiliate. You can see Yumiko, Michonne, Daryl, Aaron, and Eugene. And I believe Yumiko is either on the same horse of Magna or on a different horse behind her. It's hard to tell. But in the trailer, you can see Yumiko, Aaron, and the rest of the group coming to Hilltop. Also, we see a blindfolded person on a horse next to Michonne. And this is from the trailer, not the first look image. Pretty different. Same bunch of people, except for the blindfolded person, which I believe is Lydia. So I don't think we're going to see Lydia inside the graveyard, but we will see her on the way back to Hilltop. Some people are thinking this is Lydia right here, but the outfit's totally different, and this Whisper does not stand a chance against Michonne or Yumiko. So this Whisper is probably getting sliced and diced, or an arrow or bolt to the dome. So we'll see what happens with this Whisper. And these Whispers aren't going to stand a chance. They're probably thinking that they have the upper hand, but I'm not worried about our group for sure. When are we going to see Lydia? Probably after the graveyard, the cemetery situation is resolved. They're going to have to put down Jesus from turning, but we're going to see Lydia most likely in episode 909. And I'll show you in a second where we potentially could see her. But Daryl and Lydia are going to have some sort of connection. I doubt it's going to be a romance because Lydia is a teenager. Daryl is basically a middle-aged man. And I think that's weird in my opinion. I think Lydia and Henry are going to have potentially a romance there. And I think Daryl could be like a father or a parental role to Lydia. And I wouldn't mind seeing that. But in the promo pictures from The Talking Dead, you can see Magna, Yumiko, and Daryl on a bridge. And I think this is where we potentially are going to see Lydia. I think we're going to meet another group of Whispers and some Walkers, and I think Lydia is going to try to escape, and she begs for her life or something, and probably Michonne is not going to mess around. She's going to kill these Walkers and Whispers, but I think they're going to find out that Lydia is a child and they spare her life. Well, I guess she's a teenager and they just keep her alive, because that would be kind of terrible to just kill Lydia if she's kind of begging for her life potentially. You see the X's behind Daryl. I believe this is on the bridge as well. And yes, I know the X's are support beams for the bridge, but it's kind of interesting that we're seeing X's at Hilltop on the bridge and Daryl and Michonne have an X scar on their backs. Here's a good shot from the Spoiling Dead fans of the bridge. I believe this is where they filmed some of the stuff that we'll see in episode 909. Pretty cool stuff. If you know where this is, it looks pretty cool. I don't know where this is in Georgia, but potentially we could see this in episode 909 and we could find Lydia here. So that's a good, nice little filming location, potentially. I can't wait to find out when The Walking Dead returns in February. I'm excited to see what's up with this house, as it could also be seen in episode 909. Maybe Lydia is here. Could be Negan that goes here. Could be nothing involved with it at all. But the Spoiling Dead fans said that there was potential filming here for either episode 909 or 910 or 911. I'm not sure exactly, but it's creepy. This house was definitely dressed up a little bit for the show. They ended up putting a fence around it, and I want to see what happens here. Lydia could definitely be in that house, but why would the group go into the house to go after her? Maybe they want answers. Maybe she's a whisperer and they want answers to see what's going on here, but I'm excited to see what's up with this. Also, I want to know, just like everybody wants to know, what happened with Lucille. We don't know at all if Lucille is still around, and if Lucille is at Alexandria, if Michonne was lying, or if Michonne and everybody just left Lucille out in the woods by that tree or the open field, and the bat is rotted, it's gone, it's destroyed. But when you see Negan at the end of the trailer for the back half of season 9, he returns to the sanctuary, and I believe he has a pull cue or a spear or a twig or something pretty thin, but it's not a bat. It's not a shovel. It's something different. And what do you think it is? Will Negan be reunited with Lucille? I kind of hope so. I want to see that, especially for the big moments with Lucille, with Beta, with Negan. They got to happen, right? But Negan gets out of the jail cell in episode 908, and episode 909 picks up at the end of 908. And since there's no time jump, we see Negan at Alexandria still, and he goes into Michonne and Judith's home. What will happen with this? Michonne's clearly not there, but Judith is probably there. Will he interact with Judith? Will Judith shoot him? Will they fight? Will Negan just run away? I doubt Negan attacks Judith. He wouldn't want to see that, right? Maybe he just goes into a room and sees her sleeping and then leaves, and he just leaves Alexandria at night. Does he fight someone to get away? Does he get reunited with his leather jacket and his outfit and just not Lucille? I can't wait to find out. Also, Seth Gilliam, who plays Father Gabriel on the show, was asked at a recent convention, and he said that he locked the gate. He slammed it shut and it was locked. So how did Negan get out? Was it Father Gabriel? Was it the Savior, who doesn't have a name, that his real name is Jimmy, who is my friend on Instagram? To me, it doesn't really matter much, but I kind of want to know how he actually got out. Did Savior Jimmy let him out or not? But will Negan find Lucille right there? Is Lucille right there? What if Lucille is just hanging out right there? That's kind of far-fetched, right? I mean, it's been over 7.5 years, and it's a wooden bat in the open environment. The weather, the rain, the snow, the heat, the cold, the hot, the cold, it would just rot the bat. I mean, right? But I would think someone has it. Does Dwight have it? Does a Whisperer have it? That would be pretty awesome. I want to see a Whisperer have it, or Dwight have it, or somebody have it. But a Whisperer could have came across it, and he could have it, because I believe Negan is going to the Whisperers. And to me, I read the comics, so I think Negan is going to the Whisperers. He's going to interact with Alpha, Beta, and I believe someone is going to have Lucille in the Whisperer camp. But why wouldn't a Savior go get the bat? Why wouldn't Regina or Jed or Justin or Arat or some other Savior who was Team Negan still go find Lucille? And maybe they did. And maybe the bat was gone. Or maybe so much happened where Rick's group would not let Jed or Regina or Justin or Arat leave. Maybe Daryl was like, nope, you ain't going back out there. If you're gone, you're never coming back. But I could see Jed or Regina or Justin come up with a plan to go get Lucille, because Lucille is a symbol for the Saviors and being in power of the Saviors. Dwight has in the comic, or he did at least, and I kind of want to know what happens with Negan, Dwight, the Saviors, Lucille, the Whisperers. A lot of big things should happen in season 9, maybe in the season 10. So let me know your thoughts. Post your comments below of the first look image there by Entertainment Weekly. Pretty awesome stuff. And yes, it's only one image, but it does give us a lot of information potentially. As you can see, Jesus was taken out. Someone stabbed him, so we didn't become a walker, I'm guessing. We don't see Lydia yet, but eventually we will, right? So like I said before, let me know your thoughts. Post your comments below. And if you haven't already, guys, please show us some love by hitting that subscribe button. We have a goal of 100,000 subscribers. Hopefully we'll hit that next year. And remember, with hard work, dedication, belief, and sacrifice, you can truly achieve your goals. Believe in yourself. You can do it. And as always, tell them, Daryl.
Yo, we love you guys. Honestly, thank you.